Welcome back everyone to another devlog on my horror game, Hotel Run. In the previous video, I gave you all a pretty cheap overview of the concept of the game and some features I've added. In today's video, we will go over 2 more features I've added that are fundamental to player mechanics. And a quick update on the doors. I found a really nice model online that I'm going to use for the game. I've already placed them into the prefab rooms that are procedurally generated and instantiated. So here's a quick preview of how it works. The door instantiates with every room that is generated, and you can simply just open the doors and close them too, but later on I'm just going to make it that you can only open them and you can't close them. Now I've also added lockers into the room prefabs, so they also get generated. So here's a quick gist of how the gameplay would work. So here's the elevator that you start out in. You leave the elevator and you're presented the lobby. And I guess you would have to find a key to open the first door and then start walking through the rooms to make it to the last room. And in the case of when a monster comes, you can utilize the lockers for hiding or for looting things like flashlights or anything valuable. I don't know. That's just how I want it to work for now. Alright, let's get into the 2 simple but vital mechanics that I've added, which is sprint and health. So when I press the shift key, the player starts to sprint and the health bar starts to deplete. And when it depletes all the way to 0, the stamina is completely gone. Then when it starts to regenerate and gets to a certain point, you can start sprinting again. It's a pretty simple mechanic. And it was also pretty simple to make. I just added 2 images, one as a background for a fill, and I just changed the color and changed the source type or image type to fill, and then I duplicated it and changed the color for the health bar. Another thing about the sprint bar is when you're reaching the end of your stamina, it warns you that you're reaching the end of your stamina by sort of doing a panic, flashing from red to white, or white to red, red to white, to warn you that you're running out of stamina. And then it starts to regenerate when you stop running. And this feature also works for the health system. So here I got a red box and a green box. The red indicates an enemy, so if I walk through it, I lose a bit of health. You can see on the bottom, and I lose more the more I go into it. And then it warns you, it does that panic thing to let you know that you're running out of health and that you're about to die. And if I touch the green disappears, but it gives me health. And then if I touch the red again, I lose all my health, and then when I die, it regenerates the health. Obviously, when you die in the game, you will be given a menu to restart or whatever. But this is just how the health system works, with a demonstration of the enemy and a healing component. Now for the sprint and the health systems, I made some scripts, and they're pretty simple. It just grabs references from the player controller, then does some simple math, and uses the fill amount, and however much stamina or health is left from the reference of the player controller script, is how much the fill amount depletes. So definitely not going to go over all that code because it's quite a lot. So this is pretty much what I've got so far for this video. It is a short video. I've been focusing a lot on player mechanics because who wants to play a game that doesn't have good player mechanics and the core loop isn't fun? So those 2 things I'm trying very hard to work on, and trying to show you guys bits of the development of game mechanics and core loop. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at implementing enemy AI. We'll be discussing what type of enemies I want for the game, and we'll also be looking at the first official enemy that will be added and the types of abilities that these enemies will have. We'll go into more detail in that video. So if you enjoyed this, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Also, comment down below any ideas or what you think about the game, or just anything that you want to comment. As always, peace out, everyone.